What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Lineman Life Live. It's Wednesday, midweek hump day, and we got the Divisional Tiermaker today for you people. Welcome in. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already done so, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now, let's talk a little bit. Urinating Tree, 5 points. We just had, Justin, of course, we just had this damn wild card weekend that just finished up. Two of the games, I would say, interesting. One very interesting. A lot of drama, the Cowboys and the Niners, of course. But then on Monday, we had the Cardinals and the Rams. And we've been talking a little bit of shit about these Cardinals. Because these Cardinals came into this and they didn't look like a playoff team coming into the playoffs. Yeah. One could argue the Steelers could have beat the Cardinals.
I don't know about that, man. Not with that offense.
Let's not get carried away here.
Yeah, but relax. I don't know if Ben would have been able to beat Vance Joseph's defense. With how broken his body is right now, I don't know if he would have beaten a JV set.
Let's give the Rams a little credit. The Rams played a hell of a game. Come on now.
The Rams looked sharp, but let's make no mistake. The Cardinals looked fucking completely unprepared for what they were facing.
They were completely.
They looked like they hadn't watched any film. They looked like they hadn't done any drills. They looked like they didn't even have practice coming into this game.
Practice.
We're talking about practice.
Not a game.
But the craziest part of it is you look at the history of a head coach like Cliff Kingsbury, and it is almost surreal how fucking terrible he is late in football seasons.
Every year.
And when Tree's been saying it for a minute. And I was kind of like, okay, yeah, but that's not that can't
I noticed
be
it
like
last year.
His whole thing. It's
Every
not like his
year
whole thing.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, and I'm about to share this on the screen as soon as I can pull it up, because I actually screenshotted this and then posted it on Twitter because I was just like, this can't be real. This can't be real. Let me find it real quick.
Why do I hear Trump
Cliff Kingsbury?
Yeah, there's somebody backing up. I'm on. Like
no, that's the Cardinals backing into the playoffs.
No, that was the Steelers backing into the playoffs. Steelers and Eagles with the 7th seed.
Okay, here it is.
You need to soundproof.
The problem is I'm next to a window. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I can't
take out the window.
You can't get away from
You do about that.
Yeah.
You can't get away from that.
When you're in the city.
This might be the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen in my life.
What you got?
This is the record of Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah, I saw that.
At the end of football seasons. Just at the end.
How did he get a job when?
He got He got a job because
he had the USC job for like a day.
He coached Pat Mahomes and he knew Sean McVay. That's the
and he
only reason
didn't
why
win. He had Pat Mahomes and he didn't win at Texas.
But it doesn't matter. It was that whole.
Crazy.
It was
right. He had lunch with Sean McVay.
Yeah, it was the whole. If you were co-ed and you fucked Sean McVay in college, you were probably a hot coaching prospect. That's pretty much what that year was.
Yeah.
I mean,
came across was getting the job that year
at Texas Tech from 2013 to 2018. So for 5 years at Texas Tech, 6 years really.
Lubbock.
The last 6 to 8 or 5 to 8 games of the season, this motherfucker lost like 90% of all of them. 5 of 6 in 2013, 4 of 6, 4 of 6, 6 of 8, 6 of 8, last 5, last 7 of 9 in 2019 with the Cardinals, last 5 of 7, last 5 of 6. I mean, dude, that's like, you shouldn't be a head coach. You should be
Somebody should just revolutionize the game and make him the first half head coach.
Yes, and then have like a veteran come in and coach.
We'll bring in the closer,
Miami did with quarterbacks. They can do like the college of coaches, like the Cubs did in the early 60s.
You just see the GM coming out of the fucking skybox with his fucking chart in his
Bring him
arm and walks
Rivera
over to the sideline.
The closest
pulls
bitch up.
the old, come on, you got to get out.
Yeah.
You're gonna switch
Come
it
on.
up.
Hey, Cliff, step aside. let the
Here comes
adults.
Caldwell. Here comes Caldwell. We're going to change it up. We're changing it up here, guys.
I wonder if it's okay. Like, so he's obviously, he got his team to the playoffs, which they should have been with that roster. Is it a result of his air raid system? Is he just running?
Is that what they call it? Air raid?
Air raid.
Yeah. Are they
That's
like
literally
fatigued?
what he calls it?
Are they too tired by the end of the season to actually play football?
Well, air raid is like a no huddle
money,
right?
Yeah, it's more like it's more an improvisation, and by that point, I feel like defenses zone in on it by the end. Like,
hold on. I just need somebody to explain to me what the hell is the air raid technically supposed to be.
I don't know I just know that that's what it's called. I don't know if it's based off RPOs or if it's like, I think that's just the brand name.
Apparently it's something that breaks down halfway through the season.
Yeah.
It's apparently Wikipedia, it's a variation of the run and shoot. So it's like an evolution of that. But the run and shoot back in 93, it never had an off switch. Like you could never have a running game. The Cardinals had a running game though. So
yeah, they actually ran the ball almost absolutely.
Okay. So I hear more now so it's just a style of offense. It's not like a particular it's not based on pacing like how Chip Kelly had the no huddle.
No, it's not based off of.
I mean, the Cowboys ran more plays than anybody or quicker than anybody. It's not some kind of hurry up. Full time.
So it's just a gimmick. It's just an improvisational offense that just throws shit around. And
it's long range passes.
You have to brand. You got to brand
name
your
that makes
offense.
him sound smarter.
Yeah, you have to brand it so that people buy into it. That's all it is.
Pass plays.
Yeah, you got to name it.
This is a good point. A good point here. Let's not forget Cardinals didn't have an OC since Cliff was calling the play. So. Maybe too much on his fucking plate.
Not even entitled. They didn't even have an OC entitled.
I don't think so.
No, he's the OC. So he does the game plan and he's the head coach.
So let's bring in
which I guess to a certain extent, you could streamline that and it would be like you would be fine. But you have to still you need to have an assistant who helps create that game plan.
Right.
That's the point of it being a head coach. You have to delegate. And the problem is he's not delegating.
Thinks he can do it all by himself. Oh, that's just ego then. He thinks he can
ego
do it
or
by
stubbornness.
Himself. He don't need no help.
I mean, it didn't even work.
But history says that by the time when they get film on your shit, they figure you out and they shut you down because you have a history. I mean, this was just mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, I didn't know this.
This is like what, 9 years, 8 years, 8 seasons, 9 years,
9 years
of just terrible,
amazing
end of season.
You know how?
I mean, the section on the left.
The analogy, you finish through the line, right?
How did he keep his job at Texas Tech losing?
Because it's Big 12.
I mean, no one really cares about Texas Tech.
Yeah, my question is
there anything? Go ahead.
I still don't get how he got a job in the NFL after failing so hard in college, though. That's the question.
It was the most uncanny thing. If you
doesn't
remember,
make sense.
He had the USC job for about a cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if he showed up in LA before he got the Cardinals.
He did a Bill Belichick, or he's like, nah.
Like the plane landed and he had the fucking Cardinals job.
I remember they fired Steve Wilkes and got rid of Josh Rosen after a year. And to be fair, they weren't good. Josh Rosen has been horrible in the NFL, but to give up on them only after 1 year, abandon all that asset and just terrible asset management, it's just like, what?
For this guy.
Yeah.
It's like,
what
are you doing?
Well, they got the number 1 overall pick, so they figured we need a coach that can run like a really athletic offense, like with Kyler Murray. And I mean, look,
I wouldn't say that he had those guys at Texas Tech. I mean, Pat Mahomes is great and all, but he's not the same style of quarterback as Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes didn't become Pat Mahomes until he ran into Andy Reid.
Yeah.
What's amazing is Andy Reid, old as shit, but
Pat Mahomes was doing this shit.
Right. His offenses are still changing and evolving around the talent that he has. Andy Reid has put together some of the most explosive offenses in the history of football.
And he's adapted to defense.
Andy Reid is a magician. He's a magician with that shit, no doubt. But you can't. I mean, there are certain kind of intangibles that I mean, even as a coach, I would imagine you have to have these in order to like be successful consistently. Like you have to know how to like adjust your game enough to be able to keep teams guessing. Mm-hmm. I mean, we don't get West Coast games out here that much, but I can tell you that whenever I see Arizona's games, all their highlights look the same. Kyler Murray running around and then just dumps it off to somebody. Mm-hmm. That's it. I've never really seen I don't know. I mean, other than having D-Hop, did you see any kind of game breakers on their offense?
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no D-Hop. So, you know.
I mean, even then
there's no D-Hop, so like you ain't got no playmakers no more.
Like, who knows how much of a difference that would have made? I mean, you just lose a close game, maybe. Or less.
I don't think it makes any difference. I don't think it does. Why? Because this motherfucker was out here doing shit like this.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, you're bringing it up. You bringing it up. Okay.
Oh, you're goddamn right I am.
I think even Carson Wentz wouldn't have done that play.
I don't know a quarterback in the history of football that would have thought this was a good fucking idea. But let's take a quick look.
Joe Montana.
Joe Montana. Hey, don't make fun of Joe Montana. He does a good Fat Tony.
I mean, first off, and we're gonna break this down a little bit because I'm an old lineman. I like to do that. They're running a 4-man rush. They're spying with a 4-man rush.
Should not have this issue.
Why would you do that?
No,
look at the quarterbacks on the side. Look at Peyton.
Remember,
Peyton's like, what the fuck?
Even The Rock knows better than
this. This is every defensive player's dream.
Yeah. My question is,
how is the line get hard about when they're asleep?
How is the line getting
camp? They'd be like, man, if I get a play like this, I'm definitely making the team.
Like, how are they getting blown by a 4-man rush? Like, who's his assignment?
A 4-man rush. Look at their offensive lineman.
I didn't realize it was a 4-man rush.
Who's the dumbest blitz?
Well, they have it schemed up.
No. This is the problem. This is the rule that you're taught in football. Do not cut block. Don't cut block at the line of scrimmage, unless it's a quick throw. Do not cut block. Look what the running back does. He tries to cut. You don't cut on a typical anything backed up. You do not cut because if you don't get him cut perfectly, you're fucked. He's going straight to the quarterback.
So and hell, even if you get him down, I mean, these guys are athletic enough to pop up and make a play.
And generally, even backed up, you just don't cut, and it's because of this. Yeah, because cutting is like kind of a hit or miss thing.
It's got to be like 3-step drop. This shit's coming out. Everyone knows
the ball's coming out no matter what. It's coming out fast. So if you do anything, you can even run block them if you want. If you know it's a 3-step and it's coming out fast.
You can run a sneak though.
Yes.
I mean,
this is
running a sneak would have been a better play than
with hindsight being 2020. Yes, we can say now that a sneak would have been a better idea than this.
I mean, what are they on the 3-yard line?
Before he hiked that ball, a sneak was still the worst possible thing you could do.
I mean, off the 1 or 2.
Judge at home with his pizzas and beer, like should run that sneak, buddy.
Yeah, off the 1 or 2 yard line. Yeah, sneak makes sense. Just give yourself some room to operate, but there's enough room here to run real plays if you execute them right.
They have space to run real plays, but it's like don't fuck up right here though. It's like you can run real plays, but just don't do something stupid here.
How is it that okay, you say like, hey, don't cut when you're backed up like that. Aren't players supposed to know that shit? Or do they just forget?
Yeah, but this is a running back. Sometimes running backs are a little fucking stupid. So they do shit like that. When it's like, bro, you don't cut. This is a safety alert situation. You do not cut and you do not fucking hold. And he's the only one that didn't get a block. That didn't get a block. Everybody else still got their guys. They're only rushing 3.
And then one guy came through. His guy came through.
Yeah, his guy came through, and then there's 2 other guys rushing. And you got 2 guys drop back, and then 54 down here.
I think that's why the yard was
3 people.
That was the end. Floyd 54 down there. So they dropped him off to bring this guy. I can't see his number.
So that's just a zone blitz. They just ran. Zone dog. Zone
to get
dog
a man.
Him drop the defensive end.
Yeah, get back on backer. That's kind of ideal because most backs are not professional blockers. So
right. So McVay did his homework. He got the matchup that he wanted, and Kingsbury didn't counter it correctly.
McVay definitely. McVay absolutely exploited the fact that they're running
ideally
back. Probably saw this guy on film.
Yeah,
they probably saw him being loosey goosey, or in general, really, they probably just felt like if they're backed up, he's going to get skittish. And throughout the game,
I don't care who.
Kyler Murray was skittish.
There's not many halfbacks that I want in pass protection.
Yeah, there's not many.
There's not.
Pass when I have a 300-pound motherfucker, you don't want to run back blocking
on blitzes like that. Only a few running backs are good at blocking blitzes.
So I got at least 2 linemen here that are blocking nothing. They're sitting around, and they've scanned it up.
But bouncing back on that will be hard just because their attention's all down to the
this is a scheme thing. This is,
it's totally scheme.
Totally
a scheme.
Good on him.
Yeah, that's definitely they definitely schemed him up.
But still,
they know that.
I don't think even say they don't convert, it's 3rd and 7, right? Say they don't get it, they're still punting, and then LA was playing a much better game. Like I still think LA wins.
They're still going to get smashed.
I don't think that's going to make a huge difference in the game, but it's not going to be an instant.
Yeah, that game was over.
The shortest pick six in the history of the postseason.
Yeah, that was pathetic.
I mean, it was.
I'm just there you make this guy run you over, and that takes some time to run somebody.
Whatever
over.
He was doing right here, he should have just thrown it. He should have just thrown it.
Right.
That was what was there. He was probably looking for something deep.
Look,
it was covered.
Maybe this guy down here at the bottom of the screen. Who's that? Number 4.
Yeah,
he looks open.
That's who he's
trying to throw it to. There's a corner.
No, he's trying to throw it to this. I think there's like a deep corner going inside of him.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Either way,
a deep corner
better than this.
That's running up the hash is what I mean.
Yeah, any of these options are better than the underhand.
The grandma toss. Like, come on, dude, what are you doing? That's like the fuck it look right here.
Just take the safety at that point.
Yeah, pretty much. Like that's
the safety's still better.
That's something a veteran knows to do. Come on,
somewhere Carson Wentz
would be like, man,
you're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Look at Peyton Manning's face. He's like, what is he? What is he? Oh my God!
Well, there it is.
Touchdown! I mean, think about it. That DB had to run like 3 yards to score.
Yeah. Even Eli's just like, what?
Damn,
what?
I wouldn't do that.
Eli had that face on.
I wouldn't even do that in the regular season.
That's Eli when he throws a touchdown and Eli when he gets picked off. Same face. Both times. Just like
same face. So the Cardinals, they took a shellacking. They proved to be lacking. And I think out of all the teams in the wild card weekend, they have to be the worst in terms of performance. But
Patriots gave him a run for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that was more the Bills kicking the Patriots' ass than the Patriots.
Yeah, the Bills I think there was just a distinct physical difference in how those teams played. But with this one, it was just like it looked like one team was utterly unprepared for even being in the playoffs, it felt like. We got a super chat here from Jason Gaines. He says, for $5, Scooter Magruder looks like a bootleg version of Flight Reacts. We should put out an APB for him. Kyler Murray shouldn't be trying to imitate Favre. Okay.
Yeah, he got picked off.
He did the old Favre. I'm going to heave this shit to anywhere I feel like it. And it ain't my fault if it gets picked.
There, mountain right there.
But there's another team that is feeling a strong sting of humiliation.
Oh, Lord.
Since this wild card weekend. And of course, it is the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys, bad clock management as their MO as a franchise.
Hold on, I gotta go fill my drink up for this one.
At home, go ahead and fill up get your nice little some Budweiser in there. Fill it up. Shit. We about to do some dunking. We need some balls off the backboard. The Cowboys. I said it when we met here last week. I said the 49ers rather are going to be the most dangerous team in the NFC. Now, I didn't say they were infallible because Lord knows they tried to fuck it up.
They nearly blew it, and I would have been livid in San Fran.
Listen, Jimmy G single-handedly kept Dallas in the game. That game should have been over.
That game should have been a 27 or 30 to fucking 10 game. Shouldn't have even been close. But Jimmy G literally with two, and he only threw 2 bad throws. Only 2 bad throws the entire game.
Terrible throws.
And I mean, the argument is apparently his shoulder kind of messed it up, which I can buy because like maybe it tweaked him and forced him to overthrow a couple balls because there was that easy like layup to Brandon Ayuk that he missed too.
That's the first one. Ayuk on the corner out that would have just had. I mean, he had an open sideline, nothing
that was
behind
at least
him.
A 40, 50-yard play.
They would have had to run. They would have had to race to get him at the before the goal line.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have. Obviously, the pick that got returned,
that pissed me off. Oh my god!
It came in the most inopportune time, obviously, because that was kind of the point where the Cowboys were ready to their souls were ready to be broken in half. That's how strong these Niners were punching them up and down the field. They punched. This was like I said, a 2 chin strap game. They punched these motherfuckers in the face all game.
And that was the time where the Cowboys were going to start burning timeouts. And then Jimmy G just gifted them an opportunity. And now they took advantage of it. They marched right down the field and scored, which they had to do. But man, did San Francisco not do themselves any favors? Yes, they got out to a 23-7 lead. They did what they needed to do. They won the game. But man, did fucking Dallas also help them out too.
Yeah, Dallas.
Penalties.
I mean, Dallas. They did their own dirt in this one. 14 penalties. They're like I've said on numerous occasions, talking about these Cowboys. They're the most undisciplined team in the NFL by a long shot.
Clock management.
They do not know how to play clean football. Not even that they're trying to play dirty or anything, but they don't know how to play clean, crisp, sharp, technical football.
Here's what got me.
Easy shit. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Here's what got me. They're down what? 14, 13 points, and they bring out the punt unit. And here's the thing. Mike McCarthy, like everyone was so surprised by the fake punt because Mike McCarthy is such a fucking putz that everyone fully expected him to punt in that situation. Okay.
Yeah.
And then they do the fake
for
punt.
1 second. Sorry, for 1 second there. Everybody was. They were in the Niners were in a protect defense. They were in a safe defense. They were in an actual defense. But there's one person who has become almost a meme in real time. Josh Norman is the one who gave up the fake punt, and they went directly at him when they ran the fake, which means they seen him on film doing that, immediately bailing.
John Fossil, the special teams coordinator, was like, "Look, if you don't get this look, probably just don't run it." But the punter was like, "Oh shit, this dude is wide open by 20 yards.
I gotta throw this."
Yeah.
If Josh Norman comes into the game on 4th down, if they're in any kind of safe punt, watch for him to bail because he bails immediately. That's what we've seen on film. So if we want to come with the fake punt, it'll be directly to his side. He didn't even look. Anger didn't even look to the left. He caught the ball, turned to the right, threw the ball. It was like, wow.
I'm sure you've lined up for plays where you're like, we're gonna convert. Like, there's no way.
Oh yeah.
Like you're just like you're giggling probably under your chin strap, like fucking hey, we just nobody fuck up. Like, and you do it.
This is the look.
Yep.
This is it. Are you sure? Yeah.
Like these dumb motherfuckers have not figured out what we're about to do. Then okay, so they do that, which I thought I was completely taken. I was shocked by that because that's not Mike McCarthy. That's not what Mike McCarthy does. He's a fucking pussy. And then what they do is they can't get the special teams off the field, and they fucking commit a delay.
End up burning a timeout.
Yeah. Like I was like, what are you? Like they were so shocked that they ran the play, and they were so shocked that they pulled it off that they didn't know what to do afterwards, and that is poor coaching.
Because
they lined up for another play.
Sam Fran to call a
timeout.
Yeah. But Sam Fran was in their regular defense.
But they had already got back. Yeah.
Mike, I looked this up when I was doing research for my next vid. Mike McCarthy apparently explained that because the Cowboys had a player step on the field in celebration, the officials determined that to be the same as a substitution and thus gave the 49ers a chance to substitute themselves. McCarthy said the 49ers had no plans to substitute themselves, as they depicted by keeping the special teams on the field. And it said, like, one particular official stood over the ball. And Dak Prescott, and it's like, apparently, like, they blame the refs for it. But it's like, I don't know.
Why? That's another thing.
Mike McCarthy's an idiot. That's pretty much what it is.
The Cowboys also, in this loss, in my opinion, have proven themselves to be nothing but fucking crybabies. They've taken on the persona of their coach. Not only the players, but also the fans.
Victim complex, we seen this. Man. Victim complex.
I mean, I don't know if y'all know this, but shit. I mean, I dropped by the game myself on Sunday and had a little good time there with y'all. I see y'all out there showing the world, showing the world that we can go in there and beat anybody any day of the week. You know, Scooter's in the crowd here throwing up his fingers. They give me the finger and all that, but no, this is definitely something that I noticed in just listening to all of the post-game stuff. All you hear is them placing blame and pointing fingers. How about you just lost the fucking game? How about we just lost? Because if you want to say it was the refs on the last play of the game, no, it's the fact that you decided to run a fucking draw with 14 seconds left. Yeah. That was the first problem.
I have another number for you. 14 penalties for not 89 yards. Most penalized team in football. That's why you lost. And those penalties were fair penalties. Undisciplined. They were like ticky-tacky at all.
Yeah.
If you want to be frank.
Administrative penalties.
Yeah. Like if you want to be like back-to-back false starts, that's what?
Defensive holding multiple times on the old line, holding offensive linemen.
Yeah, which I swear to God, holding on the defensive line like twice in my whole career.
Twice. I'll tell you what, that's the one penalty that I used to get pissed off. I used to get mad if a motherfucker even tried to hold my pads. I like in practice, if a cat because they teach D linemen to do that because it doesn't get called.
Yep.
In practice. One of the D linemen was pulling on my shit, and I let me get up to the backer, and I stopped immediately and turned around and just karate chopped this motherfucker, chopped him in the side of the head. Like, get the fuck off of me! What are you doing? Like, I've had to tell refs before in games, like, hey, this dude holds, and watch him, please.
They generally
they've called it on the motherfucker because they'll pull your shit, and then you got commentators on TV talking about how good he is because he did that.
Like, bitch,
that's a fucking penalty.
I'd be great too if I could hold every play.
So the Cowboys have just kind of resorted to look, this was their window. This was the window. They got 21 guys who are going to be gone off of that roster at the end of this season now, since when free agency starts in March.
And they're already $13 million over the cap.
Yeah, they're
$13 million over the cap. They can't even afford to be good no more after this.
Well, they'll be top heavy. They'll be have no depth whatsoever.
They'll have no depth whatsoever.
They'll have they'll have Zeke, they'll have Dak, they'll have Amari, they'll have Tyron Smith. They'll have their big guns, but they'll have nothing else. Unless they draft the 2017 Saints. That's it.
Yeah. They're going to have a very hard time.
The Saints are crazy over the cap.
65. But 65, I mean, they were $100 million over the cap last year. Yeah. So I think they just restructured everything, and they're going to have to do it again or cut a bunch of people.
Yeah, a bunch of shitty teams are going to get some talent. That's how the salary cap works.
And on top of all of that,
some people about to retire.
This is a team that was average against the NFL. They were good against their division, average against everybody else. Yeah. Undefeated against the division, 500 against the rest of the NFL. So if you look beneath the first few layers, you would know that this was probably the most likely outcome for them.
And they were bad under the first and the last month too. They had struggled. And Washington nearly came back against them. They lost Arizona, who was collapsing at the time, which is a big red flag.
Yeah.
You also had Philly, but they were playing a second team, so that's why it was deceiving in that front. So
yeah, well, you got the Giants and the fucking football team twice, 4 times in a season.
One playoff team in the regular season.
Yeah, 3. I think they beat like the Phil Eagles
I
and
know
I think the Patriots.
Oh,
and
I
then the
forgot
Eagles twice. The Eagles
I wasn't
twice.
even counting the Eagles.
They gave the Buccaneers a tough time when they were completely healthy.
Yeah, first game
one.
of the season is the worst game of the season.
Week 1, and everyone's fucking jacked up and all jacked up.
Everybody's got that energy. Everybody's tired by the end of the game.
And then you get crushed by Denver's offense, which is like, what?
Yeah, they got the shit kicked out of them by Denver.
So really, it's okay. Hold on, here we go. So just to what we were talking about a second ago, Saints were 72 million over the cap.
72, not
72 million.
72.5.
Mm-hmm. They don't need his shit.
Crazy stuff.
As long as they keep him,
Kang.
As long as they keep Taysom Hill from playing quarterback, they don't have to pay him very much.
Well, he's worth 2 positions, so.
Sean Payton likes Taysom
for
too much.
Canadian 10 says, say the 4 greatest words with me. How about
he has some pictures of Sean Payton doing something crazy.
How about them Cowboys? How about them?
How about we them boys?
He has hidden audio about him being implicit in Bountygate.
Boys.
Are we still them boys?
Always.
Are you still them boys?
Always.
Jason Gaines for $10. Jason Gaines says, Tree, what's your opinion on this? Going back to Super Bowl 45, I partially blame Palomalu for not stopping Rodgers. Palomalu was nowhere to be found in that game. A-Rod should have 0 Super Bowl rings.
If you look back at that game, I think they were down 21-3 in the first half. So, I mean, nobody's stopping prime Aaron Rodgers. I think that was a little bit of that. I mostly blame Mendenhall for fumbling when they had all the momentum in the world for losing that game. But, I mean, they shouldn't have come back to begin with.
Rashad Mendenhall.
Yep. He fumbled a lot. He
fumbled a lot, but that cat was a good running back.
He was a talented.
Yeah, he was very talented. He was Le'Veon Bell before Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah,
I think he was more explosive than Le'Veon Bell. I thought he had more like physical.
He had more. He could run in between the tackles a lot better than Le'Veon Bell could.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Like you look at a team like the Steelers in that game. The problem and this is the problem in all sports, but in football especially, getting a big lead early is not the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
Usually you're going to get your ass came back on.
Yeah, but you'd rather, if I'm a coach, like I want a big lead.
I don't know.
Them Falcons. I don't know if you're sure you want that.
I'm just saying that's the strategy, right? If you get a big lead, you just need to continue to add to it. Like the problem I'd rather play from ahead than behind.
But the problem is when people are that far ahead, they get into a conservative mode, or they don't have an off switch.
Or they get
or the
Houston too loosey-goosey on defense and start giving up big plays. Yeah, it's not that you're giving up big plays; it's that you don't give a fuck that you're giving.
Like, what's one?
Because you're so far ahead.
No big deal. And
then
that's
it's all good. 30-yard run, 50-yard touchdown run. It's all good.
How often
not realizing all the momentum that they're getting, the confidence from that.
Yeah,
San Fran.
You don't see many 40-point games either.
Yeah,
for all these games that start off, like 21-0, skunk, get off the sticks.
Yeah,
they don't very often end, in a 56-3 type game.
Usually ends like 34 to 40 or 38. The team comes back and beats you. The teams ahead that was closest to 30 doesn't even score, but like maybe 6 points in the second half.
Another thing that was really bad about that game, I think this Cowboys' second touchdown, they gave up like a 2-play 80-yard drive, and their tackling they were in the right formation too. Like they were in a zone, and the fucking dude just sliced through like 4 missed tackles.
Debo was going ham.
Yeah, Debo.
Well, no, I'm talking about the Cowboys. They had a 2-play drive late in the game where it was 2 plays and they were in. I was like, yo, you cannot do that with a lead. Like you got to at least make them waste time.
You got to make them work for that shit.
Yeah,
they need to go on a 12-play drive.
Tackling. Wasn't that the drive when Fred Warner got injured in the goal line?
I think so.
That was the drive he got injured.
I mean, they were already at like San Fran's 25. So
because of the long return on the pick.
Yeah, right? it was a pick. Yeah. So it wasn't like a San Fran
there was
like their 30 or anything.
No, there was another drive where Dallas started at like their own 20 and they threw just a little bubble screen and
that was I think that was their first touchdown.
So yeah, something like that, where they just let them march down the field in like a minute. Like you cannot do that when you have a lead. That's just unacceptable.
That was the touchdown to Amari.
Yes, that's right.
That was the first TD.
Yeah.
That's
okay,
true.
I forgot.
Amari Cooper was the only one to do anything. He was the only one that had a good game. Really, to say he had.
Well, every time CD touched the ball was a fucking penalty.
Yeah, it's true. They fucking cost themselves the whole game.
Big play, and then I
mean, he had at least
Cedric,
40 or 50 yards.
Cedric Wilson got blinded by the sun.
Yeah,
It's like, and then God stepped in.
Ball's like 10 yards that way,
one, bro.
I guarantee you.
A quick question, Justin. I don't know if you don't know this or what, but why do they have the open glass facing the west, especially when they play at night? Is like the city facing that direction, or is it something else?
We want that Texas sunrise and sunset.
Yeah, we need to let God watch.
Yeah, because going to the east because you don't play in the morning.
Right? Yeah. I don't understand because you're always gonna be the primetime game. So it's
I guarantee you, next year they're gonna fucking tint that glass. Like they're tinting it right now.
I mean, Jerry can afford to rotate the whole stadium. Let's just
yeah. They're gonna jack it up.
Just put it on rollers and just turn it around.
Jared go north and south like every other stadium in America.
Yeah, he's got it on wheels. It can just turn next time. So that
maybe it's like one of those donut things. You just gotta like have like the little rotating like option beneath.
Yeah,
it's like
just send Deke down below. Zeke, put him down below. Have him run a little hamster wheel. Turn that shit around. He's not gonna do anything else.
I wonder if Zeke is like a cap casualty, when Pollard's playing so well.
I don't know.
I think you have too much dead cap.
Yeah, you got to have too much dead.
I don't think you can move him. I don't think you can move Ty Smith.
That's what, a $90 million contract he has?
They restructured.
Man, the league
is if they cut him, it's a $30 million dead cap pre-June. Yeah, it's $30 million dead cap. There is no way.
Yeah, they'd have to trade him for sure.
I mean, it's $18 million if they cut him post June 1st, but you are not paying $30 million in dead cap when you're over the cap by $13 million for like a cut. No way. No
one's taking him in a trade.
He can't be fired.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying the league misses Bill O'Brien as a GM because they're like, I know this motherfucker Bill will fucking take this contract.
Hey, Bill. Hey, Bill.
Guess what? Look what I got.
What you think about Zeke? What you think about Zeke, huh?
Hey,
we just left Zeke yards on the side of the road. If you want him, he's there.
He had 1,000 yards.
Hey, Buffalo, you need a running back? Can you trade for Davius White back? Come on.
Where does Dallas find cap space? They're gonna have to make some tough decisions. They can't just trade they might have to trade someone like an Amari Cooper, like someone or interior, the things that make them good.
That cat is far and away your best receivers. I don't think CD's really on his. CD's good because of him.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a different story if CD's
if you take him out of the picture and CD's the number one,
because he really thrived when he was in the slot.
I'm looking at over the cap.
That's when Amari and Michael Gallup were healthy.
What do you got? Michael Gallup's a free agent. Your cut might be Amari Cooper. You save $16 million in cap. It's only a $16 million dead cap, so it might be him that gets cut. Anthony Brown's probably cut. He saved $5 million for a $1.5 million dead cap.
Jared will go back and just complain
and they'll probably some restructures too.
This is when you need a real football GM.
Yeah, Jerry was never one for the number game.
Let's
get us raise this cap, raise it up another $150 million.
Well, he could sell that dream to you. He could sell water to a
whale. A lot of like cap savings after June 1st. That might be where your cuts are. Lyle Collins, you save $5 million. Tyron Smith, it's over 10. Amari Cooper's to $18 million in savings. So your cuts might be post June 1st. Because I think you only need to be cap compliant at week 1 of the regular season, right?
Yeah.
So
maybe
you've got some tough choices.
Cats are going to be asked to restructure, or
Tyron Smith, his contract. He's got $100 million contract, bro.
Well, he's already restructured once.
Yeah, they restructured, and then he's got 2 years left in his deal. He might be your cut.
And as much as they played Terrence Steele,
them last 2 years.
They played Terrence Steele a whole lot, and they seem to like him.
I mean, that some shit? You restructure to save the team some cap, and then they cut your ass.
I mean, you get paid, but still.
That's why you never.
I mean, this is what happens when you give a quarterback $75 million for 1 year.
Well,
I know he's a lot of his back pay, but still.
Yeah. Jerry Jones felt bad because he got injured. That's why he gave him that money.
Yeah, but Dak,
he'll never do it again.
Well. No, he'll do it. He loves his stars. Jerry Jones loves his star players.
He does. That's true.
I mean,
I just look at it like, a lot of these guys, their contracts are going to be backside heavy. So,
and they'll be here again.
His last 2 years on his contract, they're not going to let him get to that last year.
But that's generally when you get cut anyways. That's generally when guys get cut anyways.
They're going to cut the O-lineman.
No one ever sees the full value of any of these contracts.
No, that's
nobody
the NFL.
sees it.
Unless you're
only a few. Only a few.
A handful of players.
Yeah, very few guys. I mean, Kirk Cousins,
Well, Kirk Cousins was fully guaranteed. That's the only reason.
Craziest deal ever.
Hey, that was a genius move by his agent, though.
Yeah.
He got paid.
Yeah.
He got franchise tagged 2 years in a row, and then he got a huge contract. Like he's been one of the highest compensated quarterbacks in the NFL.
And he got a restructure and extension too, so he's made even more money.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, good for him. Still sucked.
So that's our coverage of the Cowboys and their wild card disaster. Now moving on, because who gives a fuck? We knew they was gonna lose anyway. Moving on, we got the divisional. The divisional is looking to be sweet all the way around.
Yeah.
But we'll start today with the NFC, and we'll start following those 49ers into Lambeau Field. I think that right there is your preview of what you would have wanted to be the Super Bowl, but it'll be a good warm-up to it since you can't have them play in the final game. We got San Fran at Green Bay. I'm calling this shit. You see my name down on the banner right there. You see what it says? It says Ultradamus. And I'm looking deep into these games and I'm studying the numbers.
You picking San Fran?
Not that bold.
My gut is telling me San Fran gets the monumental upset.
Wow.
Again.
I already laid.
With Jimmy G nearly self-destructing? That's going to be a tough call. Guarantee me that Nick Bosa and Fred Warner are going to be 100%. Maybe they have a chance.
I don't think it matters, dude. I think the pack is ready to go.
I mean, I feel like they're just like the offense isn't ready. I mean, they'll put up a fight.
This is what you have to understand. The 49ers have a mental advantage over Green Bay because they've done it before.
Okay.
To be fair,
I'll tell you this. While Aaron Rodgers is definitely the MVP, let's all make note that if there is somebody who is also bound to make a good amount of mistakes at the most inopportune times in the playoffs, it has been also Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but not till the NFC Championship game. Like I feel
okay.
I feel like this team is ready. I already laid action. I took them on the money or on the spread. I feel confident that they get this done. I just don't see the Packers, for as superior as they've been all year, to just be a one and done team. I cannot wrap my head around it. Jimmy G looked like ass in that second half. We'll see how well he plays.
They're not going to put it in his hands. This is going to be the same kind of game plan. This is going to be the kind of game plan that they, not necessarily identical to playing against Dallas, but it's going to be the same style of game again.
Yeah, but
the Packers are a spread offense. They run out of it, but they're mainly spread passing.
Yeah, but I don't. Oh, go ahead.
The 49ers and running that kind of offense for Green Bay, if obviously they're successful as shit, so I mean they can cover the field. But if you get stopped, you take no time off the clock. 49ers, they milk that clock down with each drive. First drive against the Cowboys was what? 12-play, 14-play drive?
Yeah.
I think so.
They milked half a quarter in one drive, more than half a quarter, almost the entire quarter in one drive. That's how you win in the postseason, is you don't let the other team play. The only time they get to play is cold. They play cold every time they come on the field.
Yeah.
And that's how you beat them.
Yeah. Speaking of cold, it's probably gonna be cold, and San Francisco gonna have to deal with that shit. Only one team came into Lambeau when it was freezing and did them dirty, and that was the New York Giants.
Don't forget Tampa Bay.
Windburn.
Tampa Bay last year.
Because before that, you know what? I'm getting a message from beyond. Yeah, that might not be. It might not work for San Fran in Lambeau. Now that I think about that, it might not work for them in Lambeau simply because of the history of it. Lambeau, the Packers have only lost in the playoffs at Lambeau twice.
Snow and 2 degrees Fahrenheit tomorrow on Saturday night. I mean, so that's the temperature in Green Bay.
I'll tell you, it's gonna be a good game, man. It's gonna be good.
The run game travels in the cold.
Is my mic not
the
working?
Game does travel in the cold. So you know what? My gut. I'm sticking with my gut, baby. 49ers, they pulling it out. Watch. Green Bay is one and done. It will shock the world.
Green Bay does have, a 250-pound battering ram of running back as well. And obviously
Jones.
Yeah, but when it comes down to it, we all know that.
But, I mean, how much are they really going to – are they willing to do the Belichick game plan and just hand it off 50 times?
No, because they know who that would make mad.
I don't think so either.
They know who they would make mad if they ran a traditional game plan. They're not willing to do that. Not this close to the show. Not this close to the show.
Do you have the picks from last week? What we said? I think I got them all right.
The picks from last week,
except for Dallas. I said Dallas would win.
Yeah.
So
I think I said Pittsburgh would win, but that was just out of
you and I both were.
Yeah,
I thought they were going to do it. I thought they were going to do it like in the second quarter. Like, holy shit!
I don't know. I'm picking Green Bay. That's
Kansas City rattled off 21 in the second quarter.
Yeah, 21 and then like
I
35
picked the Raiders against the Bengals. They almost pulled it off.
Well, I mean, that was controversial too. I mean, the ref shouldn't have blown that whistle. You have technology
bringing up that shit. That was just a bad whistle blowing,
no, dude. Hey, no, I don't care what nobody says. You can see every player on the field stop when they heard that whistle. The only reason that motherfucker caught the touchdown is because the ball was coming towards him, and he just jumped up and caught it as if it didn't even count. He caught it. Was just like, man, what happened?
Okay. Well,
yeah,
here.
I had
might as well.
I had the Bengals -5, so
yeah, you don't care.
No, you got the cover.
Yeah, you got the cover. You're good.
Anytime something benefits you, you don't care. Right?
But the Raiders, actually, in my opinion, that shouldn't have been a touchdown. But hey, that's what it is.
Yeah, Joe Burrow moves on.
Yeah.
So you guys are all going Green Bay. I'll go ahead and put them in there, but I am making a note that I'm calling this as the biggest upset
under
in
protest
NFL playoff history.
I hope so. That would be hilarious if Green Bay lost. They'd be dunking on the Packers like we dunked on Dallas this past week.
Right.
Oh God, it's gonna be amazing content.
Yeah. So many Aaron Rodgers memes.
Oh, they're gonna be tons of
Rodgers memes. Like
not gonna be a story if fucking San Fran wins for them, but it will be a ton of content if Green Bay loses.
Yeah, Green Bay, their era's done because Rodgers might be gone, MVS might be gone.
They won't be good for another half
Might
century.
be gone. Like there's so many free agents of theirs, and it's like, well, you're fucked. Bye.
Nice knowing you.
They won't score. They won't have another good season for 50 years if they lose this game.
I'll be back to the early.
I promise you that. I promise you that. So let's go down to now the other matchup in the divisional round on the NFC side. We got the LA Rams and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I honestly, in my opinion, and I'll start off this game on my projection, looking into the future beyond. I think LA is winning by 10.
What?
I think LA wins this game.
I can see winning.
I can see
I think LA wins this game.
Tampa Bay secondary is still battered.
They're super banged.
Secondary's battered. Their defense
the Rams
is very good against
have a very
the run,
potent deep passing game. So I think that could be a nightmare.
Yeah,
actually,
the stretching of the field is what I think gives them the game-changing advantage.
Let me see. I don't think I bet this game. Hold on.
And Cam Akers is running well in the run game. They can mix him in there. He can catch out of the backfield. Their defense is fucking. Hey, it was the Cardinals, so how much can we actually gauge it? because the Cardinals' offensive line is not the Bucs' offensive line. But I mean,
remember, Jensen Wirfs might not be 100%.
Right.
Yeah, and Wirfs was hurt as well. Yeah,
he finished the game, but Wirfs never came back. Or did he try to come back for?
He tried to come back, and then I think he got pulled out.
Yeah.
I took the Bucs at -2.
I mean,
the only way Tampa Bay has a chance is if they go into like an air raid battle with Tom Brady throwing dimes to Gronk and Mike Evans. That's the only way.
I don't see the Buccaneers having the kind of time to get balls out deep down the field as I don't think they'll have the kind of time that the Rams will have, because the Rams defensive line is going to, I'm telling you, this was the reason why they fucking signed Von Miller from Denver. This is why they traded for him, because of this game right here.
Yeah.
They need somebody from the outside to get to Brady.
Yeah, Sean McVay has made deep runs before. I mean, he's been to a Super Bowl. I think honestly, if LA gets past Tampa Bay, they give Green Bay some trouble for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I can see the winner of this game going on to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they can give anyone problems. And
yeah,
the way they're constructed, it could very.
I mean, they're literally made for a playoff run straight to the Super Bowl. That's what they were built. This is exactly what they're built on. You got defensive line, you got secondary, you loaded your secondary, loaded your defensive line, loaded your wide receiver core.
Yep.
I mean, you have arguably the best receiver in football in Cooper Kupp. Like, come on.
Yeah, this
Tampa Bay is going to have to put up. Tampa Bay will have to put up 40 to 50 points to win this game.
Right, like the only advantage Tampa I probably have would be tight end. Like that's pretty much it. I can't really think of anything.
And that's not that far off. I mean, Higbee's been playing pretty well.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Throughout the playoffs. I mean, it's not like it would have been, at the beginning of the season. You'd like, never heard this guy.
Line, I'll give that to LA right now because Tampa, some of their better linemen are banged up. D line, I give it to LA.
Whitworth never came back in the game either for the Rams. I think he went out in the first half. He might have finished the half, but he didn't play the second half.
It said not ruled out for Sunday, so it's uncertain. So in the air. I didn't realize he was out.
Surely he can't heal as fast as a even 30-year-old man.
John Morris for $5 says, Uche, man, you called the Cards game. Completely forgot we got no offensive coordinator. Yeah, you guys don't have a coordinator. You have a head coach coordinator, and that doesn't work late in the season because he's tired of coming up with new game plans. He just recycles them. And thank you for that super chat. But this LA game, just kind of bringing it back to so we can make our pick here. I don't feel like the Bucs are going to be able to put up the amount of points you're going to need to put up to win this game. I don't think they're going to. This is not a low-scoring game on the Rams side, I think, because they've got a lot of ways to score.
Yeah, but and the secondary is going to be a problem. But I think Arians figures out a way to scheme for that. He's
going to scheme. Yeah, definitely he's going to scheme.
He's
now, one of the biggest, I think the key to this game at the end of the day will be this. This cannot happen. You cannot have the Detroit Stafford show up in this fucking game. You hear me, Matthew, listen to me, Matthew. We can't have you coming into this game feeling like the quarterback from the Detroit Lions. We need you to come out here and play like a LA Hollywood superstar. Put on a dark visor. Something. Wear gloves on both hands.
Quick question.
Grow a beard.
Who were the Saturday NFC games last week?
Saturday NFC, there were no Saturday. I think they were both AFC.
No, Saturday was AFC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's AFC one day, then NFC the next.
Okay, because I was curious if they would be playing, because obviously they played on the Monday night. It's like, damn, could they possibly be playing somebody that had? Was there any way that they could have played a team with 2 days on them? But if they were both on Sunday, then that couldn't have happened. I mean, I know it didn't work out like that, but I was just thinking, could it have happened? But
No, I don't.
I guess they did kind of plan for that stuff. I never really thought about it, but it does because I was thinking that
Monday's bad enough.
Somebody's fucked. Whoever plays on Monday is fucked.
One day's bad enough.
Week, I mean, they still get 6 days instead of 7, I guess. But
yeah.
But I mean, I was just making sure that it wasn't like a Saturday versus Monday type situation.
Oh no, that would suck.
Even like in the possibility, I know it did.
No. For sure, the Rams play on Sunday. I know for sure because the 2 1 seeds go on Saturday.
Okay,
and then the 2 2s go on Sunday because they played.
Shit, if they were man, I almost feel like they should just. I almost feel like they should have wrought that back. Or stretch, if, they're trying to really make their money, just stretch that thing to Monday. Stretch that next round to Monday too.
Yeah, but
whoever plays the Rams or whoever plays the winner of that game plays on Monday. I mean, whoever it is still has an extra day.
Yeah,
but at least then you get the full 7.
All right, who we calling for this game?
Who we calling on this one? Yeah, I feel like it's an LA affair. I feel like LA's moving on this one.
All right,
so that's one for LA here.
Call it.
I would say LA, but there's that man over there.
For the record, I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm gonna be the dissenting opinion of the court.
I'm also not gonna bet against Tom Brady. I don't care. I don't care if it's sitting out there by himself.
I say the Rams. I think the Rams can pull it off. Close contest, but I think they pull it off.
If he's playing,
he just guaranteed the win for the Bucs.
I mean, LA's in like a must-win scenario. But Tampa Bay's also in a must-win scenario, but they just won a ring. So pressure's not really.
They're not going to be too pissed if they're not wholly hungry for another trophy like the Rams are because the Rams have been there and lost.
They got a guy that's going to be. I don't think anyone's going to be.
Tom already proved his point last year.
Tom.
That's why he played so well last year. He proved his point.
He don't play to lose
without fucking
Tom Brady doesn't care.
Bill.
He don't play to lose. That
he's not gonna let these motherfuckers be down.
I'm not saying that he doesn't play to lose. I'm saying that if he loses, he's not gonna it's gonna be different than if he would have lost last year.
That guy's.
Yeah,
I know he's a fucking machine competitor,
stronger.
But it doesn't matter how much of a competitor you are. There is still a part of you because of human nature that will comfort yourself by saying, "Shit, I got 7 Super Bowls. It's okay."
That part out of him.
Tom Brady
took that part of his brain and removed that shit long time
ago. When they replaced it with whatever cybernetic downloading of the defenses that they put in his head, they
immediately identifies the defense and the play while he's walking up to the line of scrimmage.
He knows
and shows it to him in a heads-up display in real time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All right. Well, moving on. Let's go to Buffalo versus the Chiefs. Buffalo 3 seed versus 2. This one is going to be a damn good game too. My goodness.
I mean, I'm excited about all these games. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about all of them.
This is going to be a gun show.
If this is the year that Buffalo pulls it off, look, Chiefs have been sus, right? At points throughout the season. They're playing good football now, but the Chiefs had sus moments. Buffalo played their best game on Sunday, best game of the year, or Saturday, whatever. And they put together a complete effort. And if they do that against KC, KC's toast. I don't care. It's going to be – they want to shoot out. They want it to go high because I think that they can shut down KC 1 or 2 times, and that might be just the difference that they need. Buffalo's dangerous.
A race to get one stop.
Yeah.
My issue with Buffalo, no Tre'Davious White. How do you stop Tyreek Hill? So, Kansas City, Buffalo, my concern with them is New England doesn't have a true number 1. Who's your number 1? Kendrick Bourne? So, you didn't need a Tre'Davious White. So now when you have a Tyreek, your Jamars, your A.J. Browns, it's going to be a lot tougher to stop that sort of offense. I mean, even Pittsburgh, you stop them for a quarter. But after that, it's nope, bye.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing. I think that is the biggest thing. It's it don't matter if you stop them the whole first half. We're just waiting for them to explode all over your face.
Kansas City will
That's what we're waiting on.
21 points.
And it's coming. You know it's coming. When it doesn't, we're shocked, but we know it's coming. And that's the problem The Bills are going to face the entire game. They're going to have to maintain stopping them the entire game. Hell, San Francisco was up 10 points in the fourth quarter. And they were down by fucking 14 by the end of the game.
Do you really think that the Chiefs go to 3 straight Super Bowls?
I think it's possible, dude. The Bills went to 4.
3 straight Super Bowls. Wow.
I mean, it's very possible. It is very possible. I mean, look at Kansas City, too. Remember that Houston game on their first Super Bowl run? They were down 24-0.
Points.
They got the lead in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Dude, and that run that they made, they were down 21 points in the first 2 playoff games. They were down 21 points to start.
Yeah.
Like, how you go down 21 points both games and win?
They can turn shit around in a fucking hurry.
Yeah, that's true. But
they can hit that switch and it is on like Donkey Kong.
The only thing, the big thing working against Buffalo is like they had their.
It's a one-man machine.
Yeah. I mean, you stop Josh White, you stop that team.
Or Allen. Yeah.
But
they had their chance last year and they didn't get it done. They didn't get it done against the same
and I love the Bills, but I will tell you that I love what the Bills are trying to do. Like, I'm not like a Bills fan per se, but I like Josh Allen a lot. But this is the thing about Josh Allen that I've noticed. He's at his best as a passer when he's in a rhythm as a runner. So once he gets out of rhythm and he has to pass too many times in a row without being able to mix in different things, he becomes a little bit, his accuracy ever so slightly shifts. Ever so slightly, but it changes because he doesn't want to throw the ball. He can, but he doesn't want to throw the ball 30, 35 times a game.
If they run him like they did against the Patriots, man, like Kansas City gonna have their shit full because they're like, all right, we put a spy on him, someone's open, right? Like it, or if we put a lot of attention on Allen, the running back is gonna gain yard. Like it's gonna be a good matchup, especially if Allen starts gashing them for 30, 40-yard runs. Like you're gonna see that's the way that Buffalo wins, and they'll ride that shit all the way to the Super Bowl. I think they're ready to do that.
Ooh, this was hard.
I'd love to see it.
Baby. I'm reaching to the future, but I can't. It's cloudy.
There's a block. There's a block.
Too much cloud.
I mean, if this is the year for the guard to change, then this is the year. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's ever been an opportunity for Buffalo to do this, it's now. And they've been smarting from that playoff loss all year. They've been hungry. They didn't have a Super Bowl. They don't have a Super Bowl to dwell about. They've had Kansas City to dwell about this whole offseason.
Yeah.
But they're also in there. They're also in Arrowhead. So if we're going to talk about Lambeau Field being a certain kind of place in the playoffs, then you got to know Arrowhead is a certain kind of place.
There's going to be false starts. There's going to be a lot of miscommunication, and that might favor Allen. That might be something where he's like, "Fuck it, I'm running." You know, like blown play, I'm out.
Well, it might not matter if anyone else knows the play.
Yeah. Because he's like, you didn't run the right route.
Because when he runs, it's just like, damn, like he gonna pick up the first down at least.
Yeah, I can fall forward.
That's the hard
4
part.
Yards.
He is going to be the X factor in this game, and he's literally like, he is the biggest weapon, but he also, you have nothing else to go to if you stop him.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the biggest caveat of this game is. He alone can defeat.
What do you do? What do you do when they take him away?
But if he gets taken away, what's the plan? Because we have never seen a plan otherwise. Once that happened, we've always seen chaos.
Yeah, they just lose.
That's what happened last year, right?
Like, oh fuck, they figured it out. I guess they gotta lose.
They're like, oh shit, they figured my thing out. But I don't know, man. This one's hard to call. My head says Kansas City. My head says
this one's hard. And this is the Ustradamus exclusive. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. Is and I look, man, I really fuck with the Bills, but the Chiefs are gonna win this fucking game.
Yeah, I'm not ready to pick.
I think the Chiefs win close one. I agree. I think it's
close. I think it's literally a last play game.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a barn burner.
Field goal.
Yeah, could be. But yeah, I think that My head says the Chiefs win. Unfortunately, that's
my head and my
I'd love
gut
to
are
see the
saying
Bills
that
get
Chiefs
that far,
definitely Chiefs come out of this
I think it's
because
going to be a hell
at
of
the
a
end
game.
of the day they are much more versatile, and that's a big advantage to have.
Yeah, got to have contingencies.
It's a big advantage to have. And now if they pull it off, it'll be because of Josh Allen.
has to be.
But
It rests on
otherwise,
his shoulders.
Oh, he's going to be like
yeah.
playoff MVP if
Yeah.
I know they don't.
Yeah, this ain't like Trent Dilfer and the Baltimore Ravens. This is Josh Allen. This is his honest.
This is the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally all him or nothing.
Right. But you're calling the
yeah.
Chiefs.
Yeah,
Calling the Chiefs. Now,
toughest game to call.
This is gonna be that's definitely the toughest game. That one is it's
no this one now.
Pick one.
This one.
This one.
Titans.
Ooh, Tennessee and Cincinnati. This is gonna be a 2 chin strap football game.
It is.
There's gonna be some cats coming out this game hurt.
Derrick Henry's back.
That's what this is gonna be.
Deontay Foreman's looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be the most physical football game in the last 10 years.
It could be just 9-on-7 for.
It literally could just be a 9-on-7 matchup.
Yeah, I mean, since he already got a couple guys knocked out, I mean, since he has an interior line advantage because they've lost Ogunjobi, I think they've lost a couple other guys too. And if Derrick Henry's back to full strength, he's going to feast on that opening.
And there's not even going to be they're not even going to fucking hey, we're going to work them into it. Nah, they're working them into it today in practice. They was working them into it.
Yeah.
And apparently Sunday, signs were good. Already done told him. The owner done came down from the fucking skybox and sat in the office and waited on him and said, look here,
25 carries a minimum.
Yeah.
45. You know what that means? That means how many carries you're going to have on Sunday. So get you some sleep.
They exhumed Bud Adams for this very moment to tell him he'll run in the rock.
There's no tomorrow with this. It's like
there is no tomorrow.
Look, you're already a running back, and we recognize that you could just die tomorrow. So,
here I got this special.
But there's a reason why we
for your shoe, so
there's
your foot
a reason why we fucking worked so hard to win while you were gone because we knew you were coming back.
Uh-huh. You say that that's a 2 chin strap game. It's probably a 2 Toradol game for
2 Toradol shots, 1 in each cheek.
Oh Lord!
Load me up, Doc.
Shoot it directly.
I don't want to feel nothing.
Shoot it directly into my foot.
Right.
Oh, you know he's getting a Toradol shot. It's 100%.
Matter of fact, hit one in the vein right here.
They're already, I tell you what,
boss.
he has no objections to it. I don't want to feel anything in my foot, even if it breaks. I don't want to feel it.
Damn.
We're winning today, coach. That is exactly what this game is going to be about. And it's going to be, I mean, look.
Everything that's wrong with the NFL.
Hey, man, I'll tell you what. Listen, folks. People can ride that high horse all they want about, a clean game, this and that. But look, it's playoff time, motherfucker. There is nothing that is sacred in war. This is war.
Cats are
you
taking
do whatever the fuck you have to do to win this game, to play this whole game.
People are taking weeks off their life this game.
I'm telling you, you already took 8 years off your life playing this sport. What's 8 more months?
Right. What's 8 minutes?
I'm not trying to be here forever.
Right.
I mean, I know for me, if it was me, I would be like, I want a shot of Toradol in each cheek. I want motherfucking 800 milligram Tylenol. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might even take a shot of HGH before the game.
Just give it to me.
We're fucking winning this shit.
Whatever you got. Whatever's in the Rolodex. Whatever's in that little thing that you keep.
Whatever you got in that. And they have these the before they stopped letting team doctors carry narcotics across state lines when they changed the law for that. But before that, these motherfuckers used to have this black it looked like a laptop case, but it was much more square. And they cracked that thing open, and my God, your eyes would be like, all the green and yellow, purple pills. Like, what the fuck you got in there, Doc? Like, you got all kinds of shit. Needles.
That doesn't even have a name.
Vials.
It's a cocktail.
Just say something with an X and Y in it. I got it.
Canister. Right. It's like in Dumb and Dumber when he has the pills for his medication, and it's also the cyanide. That's what it was.
It just says pills.
Yeah, it's just a pill bottle. I don't even know what's in here. Just
some Wile E. Coyote type shit.
Yeah, it's safe. It's sure it's safe.
All right,
I'm a doctor.
So we're looking at this game, and a couple things. Obviously, like I said, this is going to be a downhill game on both sides. I think that Chase from Cincinnati is going to play a big role in this game.
I think so.
He's going to have to be the game breaker. Him and Joe Burrow's connection has got to be the game breaker if they want a chance to beat these cats. Because other than those two, this is going to be a war of attrition, and Tennessee will win that because that's what they live off.
That's what they're built for.
That's what they're built for. They're built for wars of attrition. You have to be able to. It doesn't matter if you shut Derrick Henry down every time he touches the ball for 3 quarters. In the 4th quarter, he will break your ass in half. And that's how they win games, because your defense is going to be too tired to have to deal with direct assaults down the middle of the defense, attacking the core of the defense every time. That's how they beat people. We watch their film. Their offensive line isn't really a great offensive line in the run game per se, but they do enough to stay in front of their blocks long enough for him to make the play, to make them right. And that's what a great running back does. They make the offensive linemen's blocks the right blocks, even if they may not be.
I feel like there's going to be so much violence in this game that charges are going to be levied. Like, there's going to be
they're going to have the fucking sheriff on the sidelines. Like, it's going to be a physical game, and not to say that the Bengals can't do it neither, because the Bengals they play physical run game, downhill football too. And what's his name again?
Joe Mixon.
Mixon is a tough son of a bitch too. He's going to be coming down the hill, putting his shoulders into people's shit. These are 2 running backs that are not afraid of contact in any way. But at the end of the day, I think that Mike Vrabel has so well constructed this team's identity and has so well set them in their roles. Very seldom do you see them get outside of themselves and do things in a negative way that affect the team. And I think that's what it's going to come down to, is in who makes the first mistake. You don't see what's his name? The quarterback.
Tannehill.
Burrow.
Tannehill.
No,
Tannehill. I was about to say Rosen. You don't see Tannehill making a ton of mistakes because they don't ask him to do too much. He does he plays very efficiently, and he is kept inside of a box where he is, where his talents are optimized for these specific things. He's a great play action passer.
Play action is gonna kill.
He's a great play action passer. That's where he makes his money, if he's gonna be a big play guy in that respect. But other than that, they keep him with his tight ends. They keep him on the outsides with his receivers, and then once in a while they put it over the top down the middle. They bust open a coverage down the middle. And then on defense, they're a physical defensive team. They play with all their feet on the ground. And they had rough patches early in the season because of injuries, but those guys are mostly healthy now. So I think in that war of attrition, Tennessee comes out on top because they've been in these battles before, where they're going against fucking superstar players, young, hungry players, and they've had to fucking battle them to the end, and they've done it, and they've come out on top. Only team that's really been in their way has been the team that we said is going to beat Buffalo. So I'm going with Tennessee on this one. I like it as a very good game, but I think Tennessee is literally, and the Bengals will be in this position within a year or two, but I think Tennessee is built to win a championship right now.
Yeah, I think
in a way that a lot of people don't expect.
I think they're at least built to get to the AFC Championship game. I think the biggest thing was Cincinnati. They didn't blow out Las Vegas. And that's a good tune-up. Like, they're not coming into this game like, wow, we just beat the shit out of this last team. So I think Tennessee is like the worst possible matchup for them. So
I like Tennessee as well.
Yeah,
for sure.
Going with Tennessee as well.
I say Tennessee, barely, but Tennessee.
Yeah, closer than most folks would imagine.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good game. It'll be under 10 points, maybe one score.
Yeah. It's going to be a good game. Burrow's a stud, but I think his villain arch starts here too as well. He's got to lose a playoff game.
He's got to take
just come in and win and get to the AFC Championship game. You don't just do that. Come on now.
Nah. So that doesn't happen. Happen. So we got Tennessee taking it to the conference championship. Our AFC plays out, I think, kind of like most people probably expected. Our NFC, little wrinkle in there with LA, I think, but I honestly picked San Fran to beat Green Bay, so I'm a little bit more suspecting of upsets this weekend than my colleagues here. But that is going to be it for our Tiermaker, our predictions for the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Really do appreciate everybody being in here. Hit that like button if you haven't already done so. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Tree, you dropped your sports ball already?
No, I'm actually not doing sports ball this week. I'm doing a greatest game vid on 49ers and Cowboys. So I'm doing that this week, and then because I don't do sports ball for the playoffs. I usually save that for the Super Bowl vid, all the recaps.
Okay,
dude, Ryan Reeves already has 2 goals for the Rangers.
Ryan Reeves scored 2 goals in a game.
Yeah,
damn.
Yeah.
Ooh, is that a little hockey action?
Yeah. Ryan Reeves is an enforcer.
Is he an enforcer? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, and it's on the night that they're retiring Willie O'Ree's number, and
Willie O'Ree's. That was the first black player in the NHL.
Yeah, that was yesterday, and Carolina crushed him.
Nice. All right, everybody. Well, that is going to be it for the show. We appreciate y'all very much. Hope everybody has a wonderful hump day or hump night. Get you some hump on if you can. And we'll catch you all on the next one. Peace out.